Greetings viewers, EricTheCarGuy here. It is late 2015, and what I'd like to do in this segment is sort of give you an idea for the tool geek in your life. I have people that actually email me and say, hey Eric, my significant other is into tools, what should I get him? Or what was that tool you used in the video? So I'm going to go over some of the tools that I've reviewed previously. There'll be links in the descriptions to these tools, but some of these tools that I've reviewed previously that I think might be great gifts or just really nice to have for the tool junkie in your life. Let's get started with some of my picks for 2015. Check out my bouquet of pliers and cutters. Yes, Knipex. I was introduced to these earlier this year. Anything Knipex is cool. Now, the price of admission is a little bit higher than most, but I can tell you, when you buy one of these things, you're buying it for life, and you will probably love it for life. Ever since I've gotten these, I've tried to find a way to use them on just about every job. So, Knipex anything. I've never done a review on my tire inflator. However, I've been asked about this tool more than any other tool that I've ever done a review on or has been seen in my videos. Seriously, more people ask about this than anything. Astro Pneumatic makes this inflator, and it can both inflate and deflate. It locks onto the valve stem when you hook it on there. Big, nice, huge gauge that tells you PSI or bar. If you slightly depress it, it will release air. If you fully depress it, it will add air. It's quite a simple tool, but as I said, I've been asked about this one more than anything, and that should tell you about the desirability of this tool. For me, one of the sexiest tools in the shop that I've had, and I know I'm a total geek about my vise. Wilton vices are not cheap, but I freaking love it. That's all I gotta say. I love it. Love this stupid thing. Love it. Flashlights, or lights. This is my headlight, or my heart light, and my other flashlight. Now, let's face it, you can go to like the dollar bin or just standing in the grocery store line and grab something as an impulse buy that's a flashlight that will work and function. Those are all perfectly fine, nothing wrong with that. However, quality lights do make a difference and makes you feel a little bit special. Well, let's put it this way. These, in my opinion, are worth the price of admission. So spending a little more, it's going to last a bit longer, it's going to be a bit more durable. And these have focusable beams. And this one, you can actually adjust the intensity of the beam on the top, and you can also adjust the direction that it goes. So not trying to be pretentious here, but with tools, you kind of have to spend a little bit of money for quality, but I can tell you, if you buy one good tool as opposed to a bunch of inexpensive little tools, I bet you'll get more bang for your buck, and that tool geek in your life will appreciate that over having a bunch of tools. Just saying. Now, I've never done a tool review on my spill-free funnel, but it has been used in so many of my videos, lots and lots of videos. In fact, one of the things that people come to me anytime they have any problems with their cooling system, I say purge the air from the cooling system. Nothing is more helpful in doing that task than this. This is not an expensive tool, but this is probably a huge bang for your buck when it comes to buying tools. So Lyle spill-free funnel, highly recommend it. My gray pneumatic socket sets, yes, some are missing. I'm actually using the tools right now, which should tell you something. These are the tools that I'm using. These sets, they're thin wall impacts. So unlike some impacts that have a thick wall, which work just fine, these are thin walled. So these get into spaces that some other tools don't necessarily get into. They're also impact sockets, so you can use them with impact tools, or you can use them with hand tools. Absolutely love my gray pneumatic sockets. I mean, I've used Snap-on, I've used Mac, I've used Matco, I've used Craftsman, I've used all different types of sockets. I keep coming back to the gray pneumatics. I really like them. Once again, price of admission may be a little bit steep, but I can tell you, quality will be appreciated by the tool geek in your life. Ironclad gloves. Had my first experience with these earlier this year. These are the touchscreen variety, as you can see, touchscreen, and these make it so that you can still answer your smartphone while you have the gloves on. You don't necessarily have to take them off. Now, previously, I'd been using latex gloves. I'd used latex gloves for years, but since I've had these are nice for a variety of reasons over using latex or nitrile gloves. Latex and nitrile work fine, but these are really nice, especially on hot days and you need to take them off and put them back on. If you take off a set of latex gloves when it's hot outside and your hands are all sweaty, you're going to have a heck of a time getting that glove back on. These go right back on. These have a variety. I'm gonna put a link in the description to the video I did about these, but winter is coming and these are, I'm really looking forward to like being, well, I'm not looking forward to shoveling the driveway out in front of the shop, but when I do, I'm gonna wear these and I'm sure that they will keep my hands nice and toasty. Box handler is what these are. These are, in fact, a lot of people that use these have told me they work for packaging companies or shipping companies and they love these box handler gloves. These are the impact ones that I have yet to try. But they have several different varieties of gloves, and these are, once again, one of those kind of things where, you know, you might pay a little more, but you get some quality for that. In fact, there's some package deals that come with flashlights in addition to the gloves. You're always going to use some form of hand protection, or you're usually going to use some form of hand protection when you're doing mechanical work. These are nice to have. Eye protection. Hugely important, not that expensive. I use these amber ones because I'm weird, I don't know. What I discovered last year was when I was doing a bunch of grinding. So if your significant other has a grinder and uses it a lot, I strongly recommend the face shield over the safety glasses because the grinder throws stuff everywhere and I've had things bounce off my cheek and get up into my eye anyway. This thing is marvelous for that type of work, and if I clean this up, it's actually like there's nothing there. It's almost feels like you're naked. The eye protection is a huge thing. Ear protection also, now that we're on the subject of that. But stuff like this, anybody that works on anything really could use eye protection. Anytime you swing a hammer, you should be using eye protection. So eye protection, face shields, whatever works. Great gift ideas. That says you really care about someone and their eyes. These T-handles that I got from Beta last year, initially when I got these, I didn't think much of them. I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool. Since I've gotten them, I have been using the heck out of these things. I absolutely love these T-handles. I was so surprised at how I took to these things. I mean, there's no need for a ratchet, there's no need for an extension, there's no need for a universal joint. It's all here, it's all one piece, it's all self-contained. Come in a variety of sizes, both in metric and standard sizes. But I really, really like these T-handles. I've been using them more and more and more, and I didn't think I would. And as long as we're on the subject of Beta tools, I really like these flexible nut drivers. They're like way cool. And I've been using the heck out of these as well, especially this 8mm, which as you can see is, I've got it kind of bent up already. This 8mm one is perfect for those hose clamps that are in like really difficult spots. So if you've got an air filter that's really difficult to change, like on that 98 Chrysler that I worked on, this guy here is your best friend. So I'm liking these Beta tools also. The gas heater in my shop has never been turned on. They wanted $45 a month just to have the privilege of being able to turn it on, and then they could charge me for gas on top of that. Wasn't really down with that. So I opted for this torpedo heater from Mr. Heater, which has been flipping awesome. It's kerosene, or it can run on diesel, or it can run on jet fuel. You can pick and choose what you'd like to put into it to burn. You fire this thing up, leave it on for a few minutes, and it takes this shop from really super cold to nice and comfy in a very short period of time. So if you have a significant other that spends a lot of time out in the garage in the wintertime, something like this would be a great addition. Well ventilated though. Make sure it's well ventilated because some of the things you burn in here could not be so nice. So make sure that they're doing it in a well ventilated situation. Now say you don't have a giant shop like mine that's 3,000 square feet that you need to heat up, and you just need to heat up a small area and you don't want to spend the money on something large like that. Right here's your answer. This is my smaller version, my heater buddy or portable buddy from Mr. Heater that runs on propane. But this guy's my best friend. It sits underneath my desk, and when it's cold in the winter and I'm having my lunch, I just turn this on and I'm nice and toasty and I never want to leave and go back to work. My Traxion chair. I had used a different chair before. The bearings of the casters came out. It was beat down. It was, let's just say, an inexpensive version. I've moved up to this Traxion and been happy ever since. And it's very versatile. Not only does it go up and down, where's that handle? Not only does it go up and down, it's got this spinny tray underneath, so if you're putting your tools in here, you can rotate things around. But I found another use for this as well. Whenever I need to drive my torches around the shop, this is what I do it with. It actually works perfectly for this. So if I need to roll my torches around, I reach for the Traxion chair. So you may find other uses as well, but I gotta tell you, sitting down in a comfy seat like this and the ability to grab your tools, hey, what more could you ask for? Now my BendPak 2-post asymmetrical lift makes the perfect stocking stuffer for the tool lover in your life. No, it's not going to fit in the stocking. I just have to mention this. This has been probably the most significant thing to happen in my shop since, well, I started working on cars. And I'm not saying that, you know, this is the gift, but let's put it this way, if you have the means to get your significant other one of these, I highly recommend it. I absolutely love it. I've been using the heck out of it since I got it. In fact, I'm doing probably 5 times more work in my shop as a result of having this thing. Just throwing that out there. For electrical diagnosis, I always reach for my Power Probe 2. They have other more updated, more fancy versions. This one is, well, the second evolution, if you will, and it's quite versatile. In fact, whenever I have an electrical problem that involves 12 volts, I grab this thing and use it. And I use it to power things up and ground things and check for power and ground, all that neat stuff. I've been using this for years. You really can't go wrong. And like I said, they make more sophisticated models, better models now, but I'm always reaching for my Power Probe 2. Penetrating oil, or in this case, ZEP Super Rust Breaker. I've been using this over the past year, and I've really found it to work quite well. I've used other penetrating oils in the past, and this stuff definitely ranks up there as some of the best stuff I've ever used. It's inexpensive, and as I said, if you don't have access to a torch, penetrating oil on a rusty vehicle is your best friend. Not that expensive, and very universal and easy to use. Well, I've certainly thrown quite a few things at you, things that will fill your entire garage to things that fit right in your pocket. Either way, I hope these ideas, these gift ideas for the significant other tool geek in your life will be useful to you. Anyway, I kind of had fun making it. I could probably go around my shop and list more and more stuff. But what I'll advise you to do is check out the tool reviews that I've done in the past. You might find something there that you like. There'll be links to everything I discussed in the description, including videos to the full reviews of the products that I've talked about here. Otherwise, have a happy holiday. If you have automotive questions, head over to EricTheCarGuy.com, and there's a welcome video there to tell you about the stuff there is to help you. If you wish to connect with me socially, Google+, Facebook, Twitter, also Instagram. And I close each of my videos with be safe, have fun, stay dirty. Once again, happy holidays, and don't forget to play with your tools. I'll see you next time.
Psych.
You know, it's funny when the cameraman pushes the record button and turns the camera off every time you go to speak. It's funny.
I'm done.
Oh yeah, sure you are. Yeah, I'm done.
Like,
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just get in. Just get in. I'm not gonna go. No, come on, get in. Really. I would do the same thing.
I know you would.
Let's get started with some of my picks for 2015.
That's smooth. I think you should do more of it.
Me too. I mean, we've been getting kind of boring lately just because our production has gotten so slick that we think we're professionals.
Right. How are we thinking?
I know, right? Does your tool geek have eyes? Would you like to protect those eyes? This right here is eyeball insurance. Ow, ow.
I need protection.
Just kidding. I need protection for my protection.